Esperanza Verde is an animal rescue centre situated in the Peruvian Amazon rainforest, a few hours from Pucallpa.
Esperanza Verde is a project in rainforest that takes care of animals, for example sick ones or ones that were tried to be smuggled somewhere, and they come here and they take care of them, and we try to release them again to the wild.
Most animals that we get in Esperanza Verde come from being confiscated by the police or the Ministry of Pucallpa. They do that on the illegal markets locally, and then they bring them personally here.
These animals, mothers mainly, have been shot of monkeys, and baby monkeys have been raised in houses. I'm not trying to say they're domesticated, but they're not wild anymore, neither. And what we're trying to do is see if we can learn these animals their natural behavior again and try to reintegrate them into their natural habitat.
In Esperanza Verde we have different types of animals, like monkeys, different types of monkeys, capture monkeys, squirrel monkeys, tamarins, some woolly monkeys, spider monkeys. We have a sloth, we have a peccary, kind of a wild pig, but not a pig, and a tapir, and some tortoises and some turtles. And oh sorry, I forgot, we have a lot of parrots, and especially the small ones, parakeets.
The most surprising thing about Esperanza Verde is the fact that I've been so hands-on with the animals. I expected to come here having no experience and literally just working on the constructions, but the first day I was straight in and working hands-on, feeding the animals, hand feeding milk to monkeys, things like that.
Really amazing to get close contact with the animals. It's just like you never know how the animals can behave. It's just so fascinating. You see them playing around and doing things you never thought of.
As a volunteer, there are so many activities you can get involved in here. A big part of daily life is, of course, feeding the animals and caring for their daily needs, but also a big part of life is the general construction projects we have going on here. Maintaining the cages, repairing cages, building new cages is something you can be involved in, but also our bigger construction projects. At the moment we're building a manager house. You can of course get involved in simpler activities such as cleaning the house, helping with cooking, raking the paths. But depending also on your interests, you can get involved in more involved with the animals, helping with veterinary work, assisting with autopsies.
Depending on your skills and interests, there are lots of other daily tasks that you can get involved in, such as helping out with the administrative computer work. There's always opportunity to help with the Facebook page. Lots of social networking needs to be done, from taking photos, making videos, helping to get sponsorships. It's all really important tasks.
Some parts of this forest has been destroyed either by selective logging or just by making local plantations, small confined plantations. And what we're trying to do is like reforestate these areas to bring back certain species of flora that have become more or less extinct in this region.
We planted several thousand of seedlings over the years since we started in 2010.
We had a volunteer, Shen, here with a project. We were involved partly in taking coordinates of the trees planted in the forest and taking them and then giving them to her, and she put them in a special program to locate the trees on a map. So we have now a pretty good idea where all the trees landed that we brought out to the forest.
Typical day involves getting up at about 7 o'clock. Feeding starts at 8. Go and do about 2 hours of feeding. After that, maybe a little bit of construction, some odd jobs until 12 o'clock. Lunch for an hour. Back on some odd jobs or construction. Feeding again at 2:30. And then you have the rest of the day to do whatever you want.
In the evenings, sometimes we'll play cards together, we'll play Wizard, we'll play other card games, and sometimes we have a drink, have a cocktail, have a tea, hot chocolate.
The food here is really good. We actually take it in turns cooking in the evening, but at lunch we have a chef that comes over from the village and feeds us all, and it's always fantastic.
As a volunteer, you'll live in our volunteer house. We have dormitory style rooms with 2 or 3 beds in each room. There's mosquito nets above the beds. We have a shared bathroom with a flushing toilet and a cold shower. There's filtered water on tap for drinking, and there is limited solar power.
Living in the rainforest is a great thing actually. You are surrounded by trees and wild animals, and I just love it. I wanted to be in the rainforest for a long time, and finally that dream has come true, and it's really cool just seeing wildlife going on around you. It's kind of the best television of the world.
I've learned quite a bit here. Dow, the man who runs the show, very, very knowledgeable. His construction project is actually amazing how much he's done by himself, and helping him is a great experience. You learn a lot.
Volunteers don't need previous experience. We don't ask for a previous experience, and there's, I think, no need for it. The experience they have to bring is their own, and that can depend on every person. So different. Every person can be so different. You have persons who worked with animals before who can be really great here, but could also be not great here. It depends all in how the personality is and how it develops here.
Everybody has different skills, and we try to take as much advantage of those skills as possible.
Volunteers are really, really important for this whole project, for actually everything. Most work they do is in the rescue center, but we have so much other work to do, and that depends on their expertise, on their interest. Without them, we would not be able to finance this project.
The money they pay is actually for their food and for their stay. And what's left over goes to the animals or to materials, to build cages, to build houses. And without the volunteers, we can't keep this project running.
A volunteer who considers coming to Esperanza Verde, I think it's good to know you're in the middle of the jungle, you live a bit primitive, you have an amazing experience with a lot of animals and with a group of people of different cultures, and it can be hard work, it can be really relaxing as well. It's an experience for one in a lifetime, I think.
Mika.